What's happening in the Front Left podcast? You got me, Josh LFTS.
Here with Trigger Trey.
We got two guests. We got one guest who's been here before.
It's back by popular demand, Mr. Shaq Omar Music.
Okay. And you got our boy, you know what, our first friend basically. Come on, introduce yourself.
My name's Benny, aka Viekadi.
The PTO. PTO day.
PTO.
Jeez, paintings
So people
only.
don't really know you that much, but yo, Benny, tell them about yourself, G.
Oh, what can I say?
Say whatever.
Yeah, I'm Josh's very first friend.
This guy's
That's all I can say.
Alright, that's all he can say there.
That's all
So
he can say.
that's credibility there.
Man don't want to talk too much.
Basically, this is the Corona edition. So yeah. So basically, what we've been seeing in the news, basically, and circulating is the panic about the whole coronavirus. So like, what I've started to like really highlight that how the world's gone manic, how people are like digesting this, that they're thinking it's like bad shit's happening. People are panicking. They think it's like the apocalypse. Basically, people are like rushing to buy like different things, like toilet paper. Was like I don't get the hype about why people need to overly buy toilet paper.
I kind of think why though, because I think somebody in work's having a little chat about this. So
Okay.
people are saying something to do with the water, but obviously to clean yourself, like you need toilet paper for other things as well. Do you get me?
Okay.
So like if there's something in the water, what's the next thing that you can use to clean things?
So
Like tissue.
if you don't know, or for people that don't actually know, Corona is actually these are the ways that you can get it. So it's airborne. You can get it from water droplets, or water droplets can be from like either spit, sneeze, spray,
Or sweat.
sweat maybe.
Okay.
Even from rain, like in the environment as well. So then it's also, it's not, you don't really get it from physical touch, it's more the spread of bacteria. So then you need to think about any way that you pass germs. That's the main way.
That's why I got Josh cough right before the episode, man. So I pulled my mask up.
I got Corona, man. So everyone's at least you're not getting drunk on this one. It's it's just one of them. So then people that's how you get it. So then it's not from, if you're using toilet paper, regardless, you're still gonna pass on bacteria.
Okay.
You're still gonna pass bacteria on from water. It's so why people are overly killing it. This is what I don't get. That you can see that people, you should be more in fear to get more like, I don't know, the easiest way to clean things is with water than with tissue, because with stuff that you've got, it's the spread of it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't trust like tissue, like it's a dry like paper, like
Yeah.
you can only clean yourself, like obviously without water, like there's no hope.
There isn't.
There's no hope.
Yeah, but also as well with tissue, when you're trying to clean something, you're more or less spreading that surface area. Do you know what I mean? Again, you're gonna have to use other liquids to try and clean yourself. Do you get me?
I actually think with the toilet roll thing, it's because like obviously people are preparing for when it's the whole like they got to self-isolate and all that, and they're like, what do we run out of like the most?
But I would have,
toilet roll.
I'd rather stock up on dry foods. And
Yeah, for sure. That's why like I think like certain types of food are all like going like off the shelves as well.
It's pasta.
Pasta and all
Pasta
that.
is.
Mate, I even saw chicken.
Coca noodles and that.
Oh, chicken, bro. Yeah. I saw chicken gone. Pasta was gone.
Pasta was gone.
What's called like tablets, like paracetamol.
Yeah, my mum stocked up on like
Oats and
Lemsip and
stuff like that.
paracetamol.
But I do understand why like people are like, why toilet rolls and all that are going out, like what you're saying,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
Just
Because
Just
like,
imagine,
you can't
like-
leave the house and you run out of toilet roll.
just imagine everything's on
Everyone-
shut down now. It's like, no one can go out their homes. Now you need to go for the number 2. What are you gonna use, like
Newspapers, man.
We're all using our hands.
I'll
And
be
shit.
supporting you. If you think about it, the most cleanest way to actually clean yourself
yeah,
is
it's
water.
water.
So
Yeah.
that's why if you notice when you go abroad into different countries, they have bidets.
Yeah.
I used to think it was like a mini sink in it. I didn't know it was.
Oh yeah, I used to. But you squat on it, innit?
I didn't know. Nah, you, I don't know why you laughing. I know you must have thought.
Feeling will be back.
I know you definitely
like a
thought
week
it was a
before,
sink.
Josh is in there going like,
And I know you must have thought it was a sink too.
Nah, never, man.
Nah,
I just didn't understand
I
what
didn't
they were
understand
doing.
what it was, because you seen it on, especially when you used to go to like these next holidays, and you used to see a toilet, and then you used to see a bidet right next to it. So I didn't understand where it was the button that is where you sit on it, it cleans your ass.
yeah.
I genuinely thought it was a miniature sink, because if you go to
Wash your hands.
If you go to set bathrooms, you have 2 urinals for men, one for small people and one for taller people, or for kids.
See,
Do you
this is the children's.
Yeah. So
You know what? I'm mad. That doesn't make sense.
It
It's not.
makes
It's not the
sense.
maddest
Yeah.
thing, but like knowing what it is, like.
So
it's
like,
funny.
but you
It's-
need to think like we don't have it in England.
No, I actually saw.
You know what? I only knew what it was because my cousin have one in the house.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
from early, so I used to go to the house and be like, "What's this?" And then I got told like, "Oh, it's a bidet." Like,
Okay.
so I knew from early like what it was, only because of that. But yeah, you never really see them in the UK though. That's mad.
Yeah, I saw my very first one in the UK as well.
Do you see it in the UK?
Yeah,
Mad.
that's how I knew about it.
I didn't. I
But
seen
no
mine
one told me
abroad.
what it was. I thought it was a sink. I didn't know what it was there for.
Yeah.
A fountain.
The water just.
It's actually my. I've never actually used one, but I wouldn't mind using one.
Nah, it's just a feeling. I'm just thinking about the feeling.
But have you
have
ever used desperation where there's no toilet paper in it and you need you need to use water rapid? I know everyone must have done it one time and then
done what?
use water. There's no toilet paper. You're like, oh shit, what am I gonna use? Oh, the only logical thing you can do is water.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yo,
Survival.
trust me,
Survival
man.
tactics, man.
I've done it. It's a sensation.
All these people that go to all these festivals, man.
Josh.
If they're not packing tissue roll,
So
what are they doing?
What you just said about festivals now, you need to think now. Festivals, sporting events, concerts. You need to think now. We're a generation that a lot of people congregate together where a lot of
Yeah.
our events happen. That's how we consider our enjoyment. So now they're putting like a ban on a lot of football games will have high amount of people. So that's you've seen like the NBAs now. It's closed basically.
Yeah.
So
That's
does that
when shit
mean
got real
Does that mean
for me
there's
anyway.
there's no playoffs?
They don't know right now. I think they're in like the whole. It's on like temporary suspension, like shut down. But they're thinking that like the season's just over. You might have to redo the playoffs in the summer.
I think for me, what the biggest shock was is that I know that one player at the moment, reportedly maybe that teams may have got it, but how quickly just shut it off. They didn't take no chance. They just shut the whole thing
But
off.
I rate that because
Before tip off as well, like they just got
Yeah.
up cleared the arena and that.
that's it. But it's like with Series A now, they play all indoors.
Okay.
So like PSG played
Dortmund.
Dortmund yesterday, and they played it with no fans in it.
Yeah, behind
So
closed
then
doors.
everything's closed doors now, but it's still in the UK where there's a lot of people.
That's what they think what's going to happen with the Prem as well.
Yeah, but they need to do that because then you need to think of it now. Does that mean now that we need to isolate ourselves from everybody? Does that mean like clubs need to be shut down? Does that mean tickets that you bought for events need to be refunded? Because you need to think now. Like you go and see someone now, you go like MEN or you go or it's not called the Echo, M&S.
M&S,
Or then you go clubs. That's a lot of contact with people.
You don't know where they've been, who
Yeah,
they've been
you
rubbing
get what I'm
shoulders
saying?
with.
You
like-
get some set man that like to club neck, so then it's one of them.
What was that guy's name?
It's Trey.
Nah, that can
Nah,
never
I was talking about that. Remember, like a few years back, there was that guy that he licked some girl out on the steps. That black guy. See when he's necking the girl and
His makeup it all over his face.
Wow.
So the set man who like to club neck now, you're the first one to die. You wanna risk it.
never
Wow. Club neckers,
Yeah,
if
man.
you're clapping cheeks, wrap up.
Gee.
I don't even clap cheeks. Like, take a hiatus.
Bro,
No.
trust me, what's
me,
the
G.
celibacy 2020?
Trust me. So it's just one of them now where people are just moving reckless, and now you need to feel like it's getting to a period where it's summer now. So does that mean like, as I said, festivals?
Bro, this summer has the potential to be so dead.
No, really dead though.
The dead of summer, bro. Like, bro, the only time you're gonna get out there active is in like your back garden and that, man. Like, because you don't want to be just there, just catching sun, like in your back garden. You put your tunes on and that's it, bro. That's summer.
So I know a few people who are getting married in the next couple of weeks potentially. Some getting married in the UK. Some have plans to get married, outside of the UK as well. Like, I'm thinking, so how is that? That's not gonna run now. Do you know what I mean? Potentially because the ones that are here, most of them live in Liverpool anyway. So they might decide, you know what, we can. It's okay, but the other party that's going to get married away, like. They've planned all that ahead. Like, how are they going to get their money back and stuff? You're just probably not going to, are they?
It's one of them with, especially with things that you've invested in. stuff like weddings. If you want to still risk it, still go ahead and do it. I'd say it wouldn't be a bad idea to go and do it. But like set things like flights, because if you look at flights now, it's a lot cheaper for you to go abroad now. Fam, I would risk it. I'm not even talking. If I had funds and I didn't have any responsibilities right now, fam, do you know how I would have hit like 8 different countries by now? Like legit, like I actually like it's not really bothering me. I'll come back. If I come back famished, I'll come back famished. That's it. Like,
you know,
look at the risk.
I'll risk it, like for real.
risk it all.
Especially with how we can still travel freely without getting visas around like Europe and stuff.
Actually,
This is the
make the most of it, man.
Yeah,
make the most of it.
Nah, fully make the most of it.
Fly away, man.
But I was gonna say in relation to traveling and stuff like that as well. You know, things that will impact the travel. You know, like hotels as well, transport as well. Like I've seen so many buses
I haven't
today.
really looked at hotel prices, to be honest.
I've seen so many buses today when I was walking back to my car that were empty, more or less. So the people who were getting on the buses needed to get to the buses if they were going to, let's say, work or stuff like that.
But then what time was this?
What time did I come out to the gym? 2 o'clock.
You know, that's not peak time though.
But even before then, before I got to the gym and before I seen you in the gym, like be 12 o'clock.
Because I would rather say the fluctuation of people, especially when when I get the train, the highest amount of people that you get to train is between. That's why they call it peak time, is 7 to 9, and that's what. But then when you go on the train or transport within the midday, bro, it's empty as fuck.
It is empty as well. But I remember like back in the day, like you know, when you bunk off school and you come into town, like there was still a decent amount of people coming in as well. You still got to think about like the uni students who will come into town as well for like lectures and stuff like that.
That's a good point. I don't know if uni's open.
We'll see. I seen in
the unis
are they?
Yeah, they're still open.
Because
no one goes anyway nowadays. Anyway.
No, but I mean like
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say as well. I know some high-profile American colleges. They are still having sessions, but not physically going in. They're actually doing like webcam or online.
The one from Myrtle Street, I'm sure it's not open because when I walk into town that way,
the international.
No, the one opposite like Tesco and KFC and that. The way where the Chinese man live.
Oh right, okay.
I don't know what campus that is, but that library's popping. There's been like no one there for the past couple of days, so I was always thinking, shit, have they closed it down? But then it's just one of them. Like I don't know what the protocol is, but I know set schools are closing down as well.
Calderstones, didn't they close it down or something? Or one of the teachers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it.
This what my brother was saying the other day, that Cody's either one of the teachers in Calderstones had corona, was tested positive or something, and they had to close down the school. Or if they didn't close it down, it's just that he was told to.
To be fair, you need to be careful with little kids because little kids and elderly are the ones who harbour the most germs.
Their immune system's lower, isn't it?
Yeah, and plus little kids jump all over the place, man. So it's just one of them. Like, especially like, you need to think they're more in contact with like other kids sneezing, and it's like when you were younger, the biggest fear for little kids was meningitis.
Yeah, meningitis.
Yeah.
Meningitis. No, is that measles as well?
I think measles.
Or is that meningitis?
I remember when they got ready to do all the meningitis, the jabs and all that, and everyone had to get them in next year. Because I remember I was
because little kids pass on germs a lot more. Because you need to think like 100 man could have a cold in primary school and they're sneezing on each other. That's how
we're not even covering them off. Kids be like,
So it's a bit mad how it works. But from that, you could see now where people now are more in fear. So I've never in our general in our lifespan since I've never seen anything that's really like scared a general public like this.
Outrage, yeah. Because remember we've had obviously the swine flu, the bird flu,
but that
we
was
had the bowler.
Yeah, no, I had
all
that,
them stuff.
You had swine flu, yeah. So like,
I did, bro.
You did?
Yeah,
you had swine flu.
No, but like I had like not fully, but I had like. What
were you doing?
No, I had it when I was in secondary school. I remember I had like symptoms of it, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I went into the hospital and they had to give me I remember they gave me this tube, this like little small bottle, and it had a long
syringe.
Yeah. But the things that you had to spray at the back of your mouth. And I just remember when I was at home, like I was just proper weak.
Yeah.
Like I was weak. And everything, I was trying to like get up, I couldn't get up, I was overly sweating and everything, and then I had to go into I remember one day I said, nah, I want to go into school. I went into school, bro, and I'm walking on a corridor, and it's like you're trying to force to do whatever you need to do, like get about and that.
Yeah.
But bro, I just broke down, lad.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it was just too much, lad. You don't have control over it.
Serious?
Yeah, but I didn't fully have it, but I just had like small. Then after that, like
Well, you had swine flu.
after like a few weeks, I was fine, lad.
Serious? That was actually mad.
100%.
Mad thing.
And then what else did people have back then? Mad cow disease. But, yeah, like swine flu, mad cow disease, bird flu.
Yeah, I remember the birth.
They're the only ones that have
I
actually.
had a bit of Ebola, but that was not like really.
But that's not us.
too tough, yeah. I just remember the outrage, and that was mad though.
But it was more, they set that off in Africa.
Yeah,
That weren't even. That's what I think. So that's why I think what fucking.
Sorry to interrupt. If you think about it, Ebola, they're looking at Africa. They're looking at what's this one called now? Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Wuhan, China.
China.
So like, I kind of feel like each disease or outbreak, they kind of linking it to a certain place.
So it's so the Ebola one's a bit tricky because they were doing tests in Ebola in West Africa. That's what I remember. And then I don't know how it got out there, but something happens or something fucked up, and then people got Ebola. But they're saying how Corona started is because of the wet market. So
What?
Wet market. So if you go to China, you can go to like they're called wet markets, but you can buy like any animal. So like you can buy like ferrets, chickens.
Oh, but they're alive. Is it?
Live or dead. Like, so when I went, I never physically seen one, so I don't know what one looks like. But I seen set markets where, so Chinese people don't have like, it's set parts of China or most parts of China, they don't really care. So the way they contain like animals, there's not really legislation that you need to do.
So
Okay, so not
these
like
wet markets. Why is it called that?
I don't know why it's
What's the
called.
difference, wet market and a dry market?
I don't know, man. They're called wet markets, but in these wet markets now, so the markets we saw like every fish in this world. Like I saw every.
That's the wet market.
No, this is the market I see.
Oh, okay.
But I never seen one where
probably-
you could see like when you see on videos where people can buy like dogs, like ferrets,
Yeah.
fish.
I've got something just to add. Carry on.
Yeah. So this is how the first person came out, and apparently like they bats and stuff. So ferrets can carry things by touch, but how chickens and stuff get diseases by air. So like because they're all patterned together, they're breathing in from all different infections from different things.
Okay.
So basically, someone in Wuhan ate one of these things, got corona, got ill. The doctor who was treating this guy tried to tell everybody that, look, there's the virus that we don't know. The government silenced them. So it's kind of like conspiracy now. Silenced them now, said, you can't say this shit. Tried to get on WeChat, block man, say a month after, man died. Then corona's a massive thing. But if they took him seriously, they could have quarantined it a bit more.
like,
And do what I'm
stop
saying.
it, yeah.
But because there isn't no rules to what you can eat and how things are kept, they don't care. It's just like set places in Africa that have African people eat bushmeat. So bushmeat could be anything that's in the bush. So it's kind of the same kind of principle, but the way it's kept, it's completely different because people go into places in Africa and get it just go and kill it. Or they have like set markets just for that specific animal. But in China, they have every animal in one big market. So the way they kept is it's passing germs from each way and
it's a
everywhere.
lot of
Cross-contamination,
Exactly.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw something I saw before, and it was saying that one conspiracy theory proposes that the coronavirus, coronavirus is actually a bioweapon engineered by the CIA as a way to wage war on China.
So, Jacob, did you watch the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Made me more worried.
It made me worried
Why
too.
did they say on
See,
it?
I put it on the group. I put it on
the chances to watch all
so
of
you
it
need
properly.
to watch. I put it in the group, and you should have watched it. You should have watched it before this.
Yeah.
But like, he's the guy who's on it now. So he's worked in like biomedical weaponry divisions and stuff, and he's talking about how coronavirus is, and basically from his understanding, it's not a bioweapon, but at the same time, I generally feel like it is a bioweapon because I generally feel like corona's man-made. Same with Ebola, but
A lot of people are saying that as well. Like, a lot of people have that
but
opinion.
there's like I've been reading like a lot of conspiracies that they made it, and they made a strain of flu. Because if you watch a lot of movies, the way they kill a lot of people in movies is actually making a strain of flu.
Yeah.
It's the way to mass genocide a lot of people without saying that it's like they didn't use like a mad chemical. Because how many people does the flu kill? Like yearly, the flu is. I get doctors text every like year saying you need to get your flu jab. But you know, getting your flu jab, even worse for you.
I was gonna say my mum took the flu jab I think one time a couple of years back. She was off work for a time.
Because your body can't get used to the strain, so whatever they're putting into
Yeah,
can
they
make
inject a bit of the virus, so your body fights it off themselves.
Yeah.
So they can that's the whole idea of the vaccinations.
So it breaks you down. So what I read is that they created the coronavirus, but didn't create a cure. Let it off in Wuhan, but the way they let it off in Wuhan, they said that as well. What's going on in Wuhan is one of the telephone dishes. So they were going to play it off because Wuhan is one of the first places in the world to have 5G. Yeah. See, Jacob's on there.
That's conspiratorial.
Yo, so this is where my conspiracy shit comes on. And so a lot of I don't know if you've seen on Facebook or social media platforms where they talk about like 5G is going to make us sick and
I've
make us
seen
ill.
that. Yeah.
And so people don't actually, not many places, or Wuhan's the first place, but in set places in America say you have 5G, but you don't have 5G. Your network is still running on 4G.
4G, yeah.
So it's just like, if you're now running on 5G, the fluctuations on radio waves and the telephone poles and stuff, it gives you like flu kind of symptoms. So that's what they were going to play off with whatever they're doing with these experiments. Just play it off, it's 5G. But because whatever hit so many people, and now it's like hit the whole world, you can't come and say it's 5G, you know?
Yeah.
It's
100%.
now, it's coronavirus. But they could have played it off as 5G.
If they had contained
If
it.
they contained it.
Yeah.
But then now it's hit now. So the podcast I watched this morning, the guy was saying like, if you look at Italy now, only one person had it 2 weeks ago. 4,000, it's 4,000 now. 4,000 people have got it, 383 people have died.
Serious?
Yeah. So then each week,
Say that number again. Say the number.
4,000 people have got it and 483 people have died. And that's just in Italy.
So that's 10% of people that are infected have died.
Did you know
from
like
it.
the whole age range of the people and like the
Mainly old
it's
people.
mainly old people?
So I was going to say, I've seen a chart. I know old people and younger people are more
Or people with like
prone
existing
to,
health.
disease. But
so
like, yeah.
that's what he said as well. So he said people who smoke a lot. So when he was talking about the people who've died, it's high smokers, people who suffer from like diabetes,
Asthma,
and
all the different health things.
respiratory
obesity, yeah.
systems. Yeah.
Because they're already fighting that, their body's already fighting that. So another disease, another virus that comes, that's even more like stuff for their immune system to like battle.
So it will keep on populating the general public. So he said at the beginning, the first week it doubled, then it'll multiply by that number, and then so it's basically a whole pyramid scheme of people who are getting affected week by week. So then he said that it's gonna take over, and you're more likely gonna get it, and then this is not a virus that is gonna be over by like 1 month. This is gonna take like a good 6, 7, 8 months that it's gonna spread and just capitalize the whole world, to be fair.
Do you know, me and my brother was talking about this the other day with basically about the Simpsons, innit? And like exactly what you were saying, that's what the Simpsons were basically talking about, and they're just saying that how can we create something to like to get rid of people in the world, and
population control and that.
It is population
and
control.
then they were saying, and there was a part where they had the thing in there. They had what's it called, the jab for coronavirus or something. So they injected it into some guy and it's like, oh yeah, it's working in it. So how can we actually like spread this? So what they did was they put it into a box in it, like I don't know, like gas. They put gas into a box and they started just like transporting it like around the world. And then Homer got it and then he opened it and it gassed him in it. And then it just started spreading. Like, it just literally started spreading. And then when you think about it...
Oh, that's the Simpson episode, innit? What they did in China,
Yeah, so when you start to think about it, it's like, how can it go from... Okay, then it can go from one, innit? It goes from one... Like, so last week it was like 1 or 2 people had it in Italy. Then all of a sudden, like 400 and so on. Like, people have got it and like 300 odd have died. And you just think to yourself, yo... there just must be someone behind it. You know what I'm saying?
That's how Ebola started.
Yeah.
One person had it, and then they're doing testing. I think it's Sierra Leone. I don't know how to butcher the
Sierra
name.
Leone.
Yeah. Because that's how it started, and then it started to spread, and then just everyone in Africa like started to get it.
These people.
Yeah, like you mentioned before, the quickest way to spread anything is obviously anything like airborne. Airborne, so it's actually quite scary when you think about it.
What were you
Really.
saying before the planes?
Oh, what I said before the pod?
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, so I know Josh likes conspiracies, but I think, right, these aren't facts, but I think, I don't know, man. Governments are coming at night time and just spreading this shit, man. Just dropping it off, and something's different at night time, man. Something's different.
But that's how they get like pesticides and stuff out there, innit?
Yeah.
So maybe you never know, they might be dropping something.
Oh, you
Lads,
carry an umbrella,
if you
man.
hear a plane, start running. Yeah. I don't think you outrun it, but start running.
Yeah.
But so you need to think now as well. So with the whole everyone now scared of like Corona and stuff as this as well, you need to think now it's now created a whole different not platform but an avenue of like different things people are targeting. So one of the things that you see what people are more scared of is now Chinese people. So the whole racism backlash at Chinese people is serious.
that's mad.
So I seen one kid, he put it on Twitter how he got beat up twice in one day because he was Chinese. I don't know why I'm laughing at this.
But why are you going to beat him up though, like?
Because of Corona, innit?
But then you're touching him and
Yeah,
that,
it
no?
is.
That's what I'm saying. People are stupid. But
They're gonna lay a beating on someone who you think is contagious, so you're just gonna put hands all over him and that.
yeah. So the beat man in it. So but like there was this woman or this girl, and this woman was like just deeping her out, and she was like, rah, like I think do it on the train, but she was just deeping it out, and she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sneeze for banter, and she did. And the woman shit herself.
Wow.
And she was like, look, I haven't got nothing, and she was like, no, I don't know about you people, and it's like it's just a bit mad because people are now like really scared of Chinese people, and I really feel sly for the Chinese exchange people because they don't really make it easier for themselves, especially when the first thing came out. There's like fresh Chinese people that come out of gym and they wore a mask straight away. I was like, oh shit, like even I was like,
Because they've been doing that for a while as well. Like they've been doing that for ages.
that's the
Yeah.
norm to them, but to us who don't see it in the UK as much, is like, yo, what the fuck is this in it? So it makes more people are more scared to what they don't know.
Yeah.
And that's
First
how,
time like that I seen like Chinese people wearing a mask, I was just like, obviously this is before the whole coronavirus thing come to light and everything like that. So I was just like, why are they wearing masks for? Like I just seen them like rolling through town just masked up, and I'm thinking like,
They don't do anything.
no, they don't. They don't.
actually don't do
Apparently
it.
they
Only
keep,
if you've got it, then they help. But if
but apparently it keeps more bacteria in the mask
Because
than
it doesn't get out.
Out.
It just stays on you.
just use whatever you can in it.
Bacteria, I'm sure it grows with like warmth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
but
So
if you've got it, it helps because your saliva won't go everywhere. But if you're trying not to get it, it does.
Yeah, because apparently like the main reason they're doing it is for like, because people would think, I was speaking to my mate about this the other day, and he's like, oh, like what's the thing that like you won't get it even if you got a mask, but it's like they're protecting you as well by like not breathing out if like they're sick. So
then you need to get out now. They're getting a whole completely different class of racism. People are now
Oh, yeah.
prejudicing them because of the whole virus thing. It's not fair because why should you target someone where it's not just them, but you're targeting a whole race because you're scared. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know set people who are like, especially people of color as well, that like have said things to me about it, and they're like, rah, like it's mad because you know Taipan,
yeah.
you know it's closed.
As it
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's closed. So it's like
Taipan the one
Yeah.
on Hanover.
on Hanover.
Yeah,
There's a new Chinese place as well that just been made up, Joe, at the bottom of Bold Street.
nah, that's been there for a minute.
It's been there for a little bit, yeah, but like no one's working on it no more now.
Oh, the construction bit at the front.
Yeah. No one's working.
No one's working
more.
on it?
Nah.
Fam, yo, that's a bit mad. I still eat my sweet and sour me, man. And it'll be man, I'll champion it, me, man. I don't give a fuck.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, and like all like the Chinese like food, like the deliveries of like they've gone so cheap. Like if you like
Have
ordering
they?
like you order Chinese food online like bro cheap as
I
hell.
don't even order
Bro,
Chinese
check,
food online,
check
you
your
know.
junk mail
Try to
for
put
Just
the
Eat.
Chinese
or
People are like,
whatever.
yeah, when they self-isolate, they're like, I'm just gonna get me a Chinese food, man. Just
Fuck, I
stockpile
didn't even
with
know
that.
it was cheap.
Do you know who I really feel sorry for though with everything that's going on? Like I said, this is affecting a lot of other people. Some places of work, well, like you mentioned before, will give you sick pay, but there are a lot of people who are self-employed as well. Do you know what I mean? So imagine if your only income, let's say if you've got like a B&B or a hotel, that's affecting people coming to visit those places. You're not getting no income, you can't pay your staff. It's like a chain
Okay,
effect.
but don't you? That's different. So I was gonna break that down differently. So it's a lot better for you to be self-employed than being employed by a major company. So say if my mum now said to me now, yo, I'm not going to work for a month. My mum overheads and to sustain herself is a lot better because my mum doesn't have stakeholders, she doesn't have shares, she doesn't have staff,
Yeah.
she doesn't have that many bills. The only thing she just needs to pay for is her generic bills and the girl that
them
pays for it.
fixed assets then.
Fixed
more or less,
assets.
yeah.
But you need to feel like a company, like, so we can take like Cineworld, which the stocks have gone down. They rely on overflow of people to come in day to day, and then they have stocks. So then you need to think as well. We're going into the stock market. Like stock prices are dropping like at a phenomenal rate. So it might happen to another crash. So you need to think that there's no people who's buying stocks and selling stocks, and then your overheads and your staff and your CEO and everyone that you're paying, because your income that you get day to day are the running costs for everything. So for them people who are now getting offered, we can't pay you your sick pay if you're off, are the ones from a bigger standpoint. So they're the ones who are in a worse period. But then your self-employed people who it's not a better situation, but I'd rather be in their situation than another one situation. That if your company definitely relies on a set amount of people to come in day to day and it doesn't have it for a month or two, and your company could be like go into liquidation, that's the worst standpoint.
Okay, yeah, actually, now that you broke it down that way, it does make sense, because, like I said, if you're self-employed, let's say if your mum just wants to take a month off,
Yeah.
she knows she's not going to get paid for that month anyway, do you know what I mean? I think a lot of people, it's a lot of shock to them, because you're working, you're going to get paid at the end of the month, but if you can't work, and let's say you're paying a lot of bills, let's say you've got like a lot of things on credit as well, I think that's what's going to affect a lot of people who are paying for things on credit.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Even stuff like, even little like smaller stuff like you'll go in the gym, you got a gym membership, because they're saying about closing gyms, aren't they? And stuff like that. So if you're paying a monthly gym, just little things will add up. If you're paying a monthly gym membership,
I think with
you
gyms
can't
though,
go.
now it's a lot better than I don't know how many years ago, but you can actually freeze some of your gym memberships or
Yeah,
cancel
that's
stuff.
true. That's
A lot
true.
of flexibility in that regard, but you know, there's a lot of people who like to flash, buy a lot
Yeah.
of nice stuff.
Yeah.
You know, this is tough times. for
All I'm
people.
saying is, if you got a Netflix subscription, get your money's worth, man. Because if you're in the house, you better get
But then
your.
what if the internet goes down?
Oh, it's peaked then.
Then this is what I was saying. I was saying this like
yeah,
no, I was saying like the internet. My boy said something on the group. He called it. What did he call it?
oh, I haven't read. There's like 200 messages.
Fam, we had a sick debate
What?
today. We was talking about if the internet goes down, and he called it.
Oh, bro. Nah, if the internet goes down, then I don't know. I don't know what I'll go on.
It is called. Wait, I don't know what they called it yet. Survey pollution. So basically, they're saying like if everyone's off work and stuff, you need to think about it. That's the general public. That's nearly everyone on the internet. Like, so then you can get ill from like survey pollutions, and you know, like internet, like not internet, like but these factories that hold data and stuff, they have like massive cooling systems. So like, because they generate so much power and they keep from everyone storing data.
Yeah.
For everyone just doing their general, just everyone now not doing nothing, there'll be so many people using the internet, either it will crash or like you get survey pollution from the chemicals trying to cool down the plants and stuff like that, or
It's massive
data consoles.
It's a massive influx.
Yeah.
And like that's only gonna go up as well, because even on my way to come to the pod as well, I was in the lift and two ladies were like researching stuff, you know, things to prevent getting coronavirus, or you know, like things to help prevent yourself keeping well. And I was just like, they're just on the phone was just like this. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I've never seen so many people. Like, obviously it's a scary time, but I've never seen a lot of people want to actually do better for themselves to keep themselves safer and healthier now.
Yeah,
Do you know
it's
what I mean?
mad. It's the main thing is obviously safety. Like that's if you have to like obviously everyone's self-isolating and people are like, oh, like is it that much of a big deal? But until it starts hitting people you know, and until it starts hitting family members, or that's when or for example, like I didn't take too much notes of it. I knew I was aware of it, but then when you're interested in stuff like the NBA has been cancelled, that's when I was like, shit, like it's bad that made me
your games and stuff. Do you get what I'm saying,
bro? You know what I'm saying? But
then
all
you
I'm
need to
asking,
think.
that being said, please just let Liverpool play 2 more games behind closed doors so we can
Trust
wrap
me,
the Premier
come
League
on.
up. Do not let the Premier League be taken off us.
It's one of them.
Play it. You can play it down the park, man. Play it wherever you need to play it,
And then
man.
we'll have the celebration party in 54.
You need to
Yeah,
think
man,
54
spread
is
all
one of the
across.
most biggest clubs in it.
I know.
So all these big clubs, you need to think about it now. Warehouse projects, all these places, park life is coming up. Holidays,
Summer's about to be dead, I'm
Ibiza.
telling you.
You can't. There's a fluctuation in people. Yeah. Now it's starting to get to the point that okay, is it economically if it gets weird that a couple of people came to your venue and they got corona. You know the way you say corona, it still don't sound like it's a legit thing.
Because it sounds like a drink.
Yeah, so
man.
but like
It does sound like a drink.
does it go against you like because I swear business need to have like health
like
stuff.
risk assessment.
Risk assessment, yeah.
So if they find out your business has someone in your establishment has corona,
Oh, they have to shut it down.
would they have to shut it down?
I think so.
Yeah,
Or at least isolate everyone.
especially if it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
But then that'll be techie if your head chef has corona. Yo, that would actually be a bit mad.
No, but let's say, for example, you're saying like you have all these events coming up in the summer, right? Before they set up these events, they have to go. They have to do a risk assessment of what's actually happening.
No,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
some of these events already got pre-sold beforehand.
Yeah, but then it's their job now. Oh, should we still go forth with it, or should we give them their money? You know, their money back.
I think even if the promoters or people organising it want to go ahead with it or not, the cachet is the artists that are going to, or the DJs that are going to be on it. Like, what is it? Is it Rolling Loud?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever?
Rolling out.
I looked at that lineup. I was like, yo, that is stacked. I was like, I want to go to something like that because that's a chance for me to tick off artists that I never thought I would see. But I know if the artist, one or two of the artists that I want to go to see is off that, I wouldn't want to go.
But then it's not even just saying that's off that. What if they now go to, okay, the lineup for Portugal now, because it is like, because it's a pandemic now, and soon it will be a red alert. It's inevitable. That's what's going to happen. So when it becomes red alert now, everything's going to be shut down.
Yeah.
So then they're going to tell you now, Rolling Loud now is going to be moved to maybe December in... I was going to say December in Christmas, my thing. December this year.
Yeah.
But you need to think now, you've already bought your plane.
You book time off work.
And then some hotels don't actually give you refunds. So then you need to think now, especially when it's the Christmas period, do you know how much prices for planes go up? So then you need to think, not many people could... Me personally, I don't know if I could back 2 different planes. If I've already spent like 5 ton just to get to one place, now I'm going to spend $1,000. Because then, boy, that where's the correlation to that? You can only refund me back my maybe my ticket, but you can't actually refund me back my plane. That's why you see bare people trying to sell off plane tickets.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't refund them.
I don't know if this is true yet, but if you buy like a holiday package or something like that, can't you get them refunded?
I don't know.
It's
It depends
I
who
have
you
like
do
a
it with.
flight hotel dingy
but
package.
I heard about that. If you get as a package, there's I think it's something ATL protected or
No,
something like that.
you need to.
I think so. Or if you buy or your holiday on a credit card, I'm sure there's some insurance
there?
or something like that there. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think you get the whole thing back,
But
but you get
that
a good...
means you have to do it with like a package. So that's with like Thomas Cook or something. This is like, now I'm saying like a festival. You will never do that as a package. This is
it's
where you're
always
buying.
cheaper.
So you're going to buy this flight, you're going to buy this apartment, and then you're going to buy your ticket. So everything is either done individually. A lot of people buy tickets before they buy anything else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then you got these different variables, and not one of them has that accommodation that if this is going to happen. Like, look at Flybe. That they're saying they can't fly people back.
That's gone, isn't it?
It's gone. Oh, it's
it's
went
gone,
on
isn't
there.
it?
And then someone else, another airline company couldn't afford to bring, not afford, but they said we're not risking to bring people back. So people are getting coaches from like Amsterdam and stuff like that.
Wow.
So then you need to think like, I know one thing now. She's British Airways is still flying, but she's living the best life now. She's flying to all these mad places for work, but like they're not going in the UK. They're going like more like their long
haul flights.
Long haul flights are still running as
Wow.
how it is. So it's tricky. So everything around Europe is kind of like don't go. But she went Singapore, so I was thinking you just went Asia, fam. Like that's more sticky.
I'm thinking
It's
though.
sticky.
I know she went there. I'm guessing it's a she, isn't it?
Yeah.
Went there, but when they fly to these places, I'm pretty sure they don't go too far out from where the airport actually is.
Nah, fam. She lives.
Does she?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Mad thing. I hope
She
she
don't
catch
care.
coronavirus.
She actually don't care. She lives. But that's what I'm saying. Like you see them, because they get time to do whatever they want,
Yeah.
innit? So even people who are now like, Australians, it's cheaper for them to like travel to Thailand. Like for them to go Thailand, Skittles, because Thailand, Australia is like next door.
I'm so stupid. Do you know why?
Why?
I was thinking, let's go all the way around the world. Didn't realize you just go that way.
That's funny.
Yeah, no. I was like, but yeah.
Yeah. So like, wait. So like Australia is closer to Asia than anything else.
Yeah.
So then for them to go to like any Asian country, it's a lot easier for them, innit? So then you need to think like it's stemming. I don't know the actual stats and figures, but a lot of Asia now is engulfed, and then I think most of Europe second, and then places like South America, America haven't really got it. Places like Africa haven't got it. The only person who's been reported to have it in Africa is a German person, not an actual African, and one Egyptian person. But that's North Africa. It's calm. Let me see.
I seen them.
You should. It's mainly Europe though. That's the thing.
Read it out. just the
English is not my main language. Donald Trump suspends travel from mainland Europe to Europe. It's true.
for a whole month.
For a whole month. It's true because Euro people. It's no offense to
He's
like.
not messing around. He's
But
just like, no
with
trouble.
with I don't rate
What's
Trump,
Boris
yeah.
doing, man?
I don't rate Trump, but with Trump, yeah, he kind of already knows that. Like with the UK or with the US, he's always said like, okay, I don't want to set people in, especially with like when Africans or stuff like that, or like something that will put his country in risk.
Yeah.
Man's always been.
He's
Yeah.
right
He's
now.
always
He's
been
on job.
fair.
Man,
Yeah.
man's job right now.
on site.
Like he's
on
always
job,
said
bro.
it. Like
We can't say
even
the
pe-
same for our.
Yeah, but like that's why people
Prime
like
Minister.
are like, you know what? It's a negative and a bad because some people could be like, you know what? Yeah, fuck Trump. He doesn't want these people in. He didn't want Mexicans in. He didn't want Africans in. But he was doing it as a risk. He saw that as that main risk assessment. But we take it as he's being racist. I'm not condoning that. But to travel freely in countries, there should be like, especially with illness and sickness and stuff, you need to be like, okay, stuff like this now, there should be a whole travel ban. But at the same time, if there's a whole travel ban, you know how our economy will go to shit. English people like to travel. English people in this world are the most traveled people out of everyone. We have that luxury. It wasn't back then, like say we could say like 20, I'd even say like 30 years ago, for people to travel, it wasn't, it was still common, but you need to think the major airlines back then were like British Airways. British Airways was number one, and like Virgin was coming up and stuff like that. So then we've always been accustomed that for us, we need to travel. And then the whole boom of like package flight deals, it's now become the norm. We're more accustomed. So then if you think about it now, when I speak to people and I tell them all the countries I've been to, and they're like, Ross, like, but I feel like because it's us, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So then because now, what was I going to say? Now businesses are capitalized on younger generations or us now that you need to be more accustomed to travel. If you cut that out now, you need to think how much Virgin accommodates to. Virgin accommodates to the NHS. Virgin accommodates to most travel. If you told Virgin now tomorrow, boom, your planes can't fly, do you know how their stock prices would just be dumb? And then that will affect the NHS because Richard Branson's got Virgin Healthcare. So then you need to feel like I know he gets like a set money from the government from that, but there's also money he's pumping in from that. So then you need to think their main income is gone. Then this is going as well. So then it's just one of them. But it's crazy. Like, other countries don't need to worry as much because they don't travel as much. But Brits, ourselves, it is our hobby is to travel.
Yeah, and you got to think as well. Like, some people have like villas or summer houses, like places like Spain or Italy or Portugal. Like some of these places that are, you know, affected or on high alert or whatever. So, like you mentioned before, it's a lot easier for us to travel and get to where we need to get to.
100%.
But you know, it's inevitable. It's not going to stop people, I don't think, from doing what they want to do.
And it's because like everyone in Britain, the culture is summer holidays. Work all year, summer holiday.
Yeah.
So from the months of May to like early September, that's when everyone goes away. Like everyone in my group of friends, friend's away 1 week, and then the next week someone else is away. You look on Instagram, someo's gone on holiday to Ibiza, Marbs, wherever they go. And now it's just like what is like.
That's how other businesses people abroad feed off our tourists.
Make them, of course, 100%.
So now everyone's going to start lacking. So then you need to start thinking, shit, now what are the repercussions to all of this? If there is going to be a travel ban, how bad's the economy going to be? I saw someone write a tweet the other day. I'm looking to take out a loan because the banks might crash. Fuck it. If I could predict these things, I'll fully take out a big loan. Because if it crashes and it's done, I'm up, realistically. So it's these kind of maths. If you could predict it, because the way shares are plummeting massively, if you could target a bank and know this bank is going to be the next Northern Rock, and take out that money, and then when it crashes, you technically don't own nothing back. You're X or Y. So the only people who are in the fold are the people that have the money banked with them saved.
It's a good time to buy a house as well.
Nah, I don't know. Not right now. Not yet.
Will be soon.
Will be soon, but not yet. Because you need to think about it's only a month in. House prices, construction is still going on. So house prices won't fluctuate right now. If this lasts like a couple of months, 6 to 7, 8 months, and then you start seeing, okay, shit, now then it'll be the great time. But right now, that's what I'm saying. If you can predict these things and know which bank is gonna fall, I'll say Virgin Bank, to be honest, man. I think Virgin Bank would be. I think Virgin Bank would be the next bank to go, because you need to think about the HSBC's still got the Chinese economy, and they got us, and then what's the biggest here? Barclays. But Barclays is nearly all over the world as well. So then you need to capitalize which are the smaller ones that only are in the UK, that you know that you only sustain in the UK economy, and that's how you target to know that that's the next bank to go under. There you go, guys. Some tips.
Wisdom.
Jeez.
But yo, I think what time is it?
We've got about 10 minutes left.
Okay, cool. So what else?
Shaq's got a special announcement in there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Wait, what?
What dropped?
What?
Jeez, I was so deep in the Corona talk, man. I forgot what's going on in my life, man.
Man's thoughts were actually drowning, man.
I was literally drowning in coronavirus. But yeah, man, people listening, new single, Drowning, out now. New video out now. So everybody go and check that. At Shaq Omar Music on Instagram. You can find the links to the single out on Spotify. The video out on my YouTube channel. Go and subscribe. All of that. The video's sick as well. You guys seen it? Yeah. Mad visuals. It doesn't go like that, but you know.
No, what it does, it goes drowning. Oh, splash. The aquarium?
Yeah, Blue Planet Aquarium, yeah. Pattern this.
I was actually swimming with the fishes.
Speaking of music videos, do you realise what this is?
What?
The Loverface mic minus Eve.
What's
The fortune teller Loverface mic video shoot.
Yo,
you know what? Let me show you.
So back in the day,
You tell the story.
we was in Shaq was, Shaq wanted some video goons. He was like,
I did.
he was like, yo, boys. I was like, yo, what's up, big man? That's before
This
I
is like
got the voice.
2012.
Yeah,
So,
I still had a squeaky voice then.
I bought 110s for that, you know.
Yeah. And so mom was like, come
He
on.
bought new shoes for
I didn't even. I think I got told on the day.
Hey, I don't know where my coat is.
See, they were 110s, bro.
Yeah, check, hold on. This is
Fam, I was a video vixen from there.
Josh. Look how young we are, man.
Actually a video vixen, man. Come on.
And now
But yeah.
that tune's a bit like I can't listen to my old music from 2012 right now. We're in 2020. Back that was the rapper me, but you know,
Yeah.
look at this,
Oi,
man. Oh shit.
oi. Do you know what?
Caught
that
it,
brings
caught it.
memories, man. We're actually for the culture, innit? So
Which is the one with Trey in it. That's
This
what-
is
we're
the
all
all
in
these
it.
three in
We're
it.
all in it. All in it.
Josh, look at him walking down Swift Down Road.
But another thing, what did I see the other day, and I felt like it was really good, to be honest.
While you're thinking, I shared something on Facebook this morning.
What was it?
Some kid got expelled from school today.
Nah, it was yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
The one who was selling hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
But
expelled from school.
I feel like she worded it wrong.
Yeah.
Because no school could expel someone. He must have got suspended.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because when I seen it, I was like, fuck, man got expelled for selling hand sanitizer. But then I was like, she actually must have worded it wrong.
Yeah, because I think about it, like the kid only made £9. Give
Yeah.
that £9 back.
But then for him to come home without them contacting the parents, because if you've been expelled, you need to be called up, innit, etc. And like, like
Bro, I got kicked out of school for selling. But I didn't get kicked out. I got
expelled, suspended.
Suspended.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
for
So
like 2 days.
so he must have been suspended. So then so when she said he got expelled for selling hand sanitizer, I was like, fam, first of all, I won't post this on Facebook. I'll fucking go and like really blow up the school's door, or I'll like get legal action, because you can't expel someone for something that minor.
I think, like you said, innit, they got.
Don't know what schools are like nowadays though, because obviously it's been years since we were this, so they like to be like more
Yeah, but
sensitive with the rules and that.
To get expel a kid just like that without like any like parents or
If he was
Oh wait,
expelled.
I'm like miles away thinking you're meaning so he's expelled, not suspended.
See, I feel like
that's what I
that's
seen
what
on
she
there.
said,
Yeah.
expelled.
So he's done not like he's not even got like a suspension. He's done out.
See, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like she worded it wrong,
Yeah.
and then it was on the MEN as well, and they said expelled as well. And I was like, you were even wording it wrong as well. So like, you can't now
you can't
the,
expel someone for that. Like
now the school could be like, yo, you just blew this out of proportion. Like
yeah.
now you just
unless it was like a bad kid, then there was just the last strike or whatever.
maybe.
That's the
maybe.
only way you can expel them for
Over
that.
selling hand sanitizer.
Yeah, 50p a drop.
50p a drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, thinking.
Big change. There's a guy on my Insta.
He's a G in
He's gonna go for it. Like that's an elite mentality.
He's actually
50p a drop, you know.
He's selling toilet paper because all toilet papers run out. He's
Hey.
selling
The guys. I don't rave or nothing, but the guys in the toilets,
looking man.
they compete.
Are they?
I don't know.
Bro,
I
imagine
just figured
50p a drop. I walk down
should be.
Liverpool one man. It should be like a 50p. Skirt. There's a little drop, man. One drop.
One drop.
That's
Them guys used to be
that's
stingy
money.
with tissue back in the day.
But that's it. You have to be stingy with tissue now. It's a pandemic. There's no
Oh, bro,
tissue
in the
about.
toilet, man. I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm washing my hands. I'm putting my hands on the dryer, and he's handing me tissue, and I'm like, okay, then. And then he's like, money. I'm like, I was drying my hands anyway. I didn't need the tissue. I just took it because you put it in my
Everyone
face.
needs pee, you know. I've seen some that don't make money, and I've seen some who make a killing. So it's 50-50.
Sometimes, man, I
It's
go to the
50-50.
toilet, I'm like, what's going on, bro? And they look at you and look at the eyes of desperation and look at the little pan. I'm like, oh, no,
Yeah.
it's no change.
I seen one of the old ones, man.
No, the empty. The empty.
I seen one of the old ones in fresh. I seen one of the old ones in fresh nights, man. Bopping down Swift down.
Oh, fuck
No, there's
all
one,
them, bro.
There's one.
One
there
got
was-
pee, man.
Yeah, there's one who's got pee. I don't want to bait my
Yeah,
mouth
don't
in it.
debate. I think I
Did
know.
you see him Smith down?
I've seen
Is he
one.
big? There's
Yeah.
one I always see.
Do you say
And he's got like the clothes he's wearing. He's got fresh
but
clothes, man.
There was a time that I went to. I'll tell you the place that after this I went in. And mum was like, yo, your Jordans are hard. I was like, then he was telling me about the Jordans he's got. I was like, shit. He give Ross. But I always see him. I'll tell you where I always see him, man, in it. But I know he must get pee from it because he was telling me, yeah. And then he started showing me photos, and then we was talking about trainers. I was telling him next trainers I'm gonna buy. And he was telling me about these trainers he's gonna buy. It's like,
And this is back in the day.
No, this is recently.
Recent?
This is like last year. Like, but he always sees me and he always comments on what clothes I've got. He always comments and he's telling me the ones. But he's always drippy.
Yeah,
He's
I remember
always
one from
drippy.
back in the day, unless it's the same one and he's still like that. Like, I don't
I
know.
laughed at maybe it's the same one, but he works in a place now, and it's a bit mad. But I think we're done. So this is Front Left Podcast.
Yeah,
I'm Josh LFTS.
Trick or treat.
Come on,
Shaq Omar.
Yeah, Cuddy.
yo, save guys, nice one.